Welcome back to today's episode of Adulting with Miss Cowart. Last week we learned about tax tip and discount. Today we're learning about simple interest. Simple interest is a pretty simple concept. Haha, get it? It is extra money that is paid to an individual or to an institution for the privilege of using their money. So if you come to me and ask for a loan, I'm going to say yes, but I'm going to charge you a fee for that. Likewise, if you put your money in a bank account or a savings account, that money isn't just sitting there. The bank is using it to pay for other people's loans. So they're going to give you extra money for you leaving your money in there for them to use. So it's either an incentive for you to leave your money in a savings account, or it's a fee for you using someone else's money. Interest has four parts. It has the interest itself, which is the extra money that's added to an account or to a loan, and that unit is in dollars. The principal is the amount of the original loan or the original investment amount. The rate is the percentage, and this varies, and this is expressed as a decimal. And then time is for how long the loan is for, or for how long your money was sitting in the investment account. And this unit is in years. So be careful. If your question gives it to you in months, you need to convert it. So let's think about an example of this. An example of simple interest is a car loan. So what's going to happen is they're going to take the amount of the car itself, which is the principal, and they're going to say, okay, how much interest are we going to be charging you for this car loan? They calculate the interest using the interest equation, which we'll talk about later, but then they add them all together to get your total. So your total is the sum of the original amount plus the interest. When you pay your monthly payments, it all kind of gets mixed together. Some of your payment goes towards the interest, some of it goes towards the principal, but regardless, they take that total and divide it by the number of months of your loan. So if you are doing a 3-year car loan, that's 36 months. So take the total and divide it by 36. A lot of car dealerships will offer no interest for 72 months, which is 6 years. So they'll take your total car amount and divide it by 72 if you have good credit. This simple interest equation is I equals P times R times T. The I stands for interest. The P is the principal. That's the original amount of the loan. The rate is R, and that's expressed as a decimal. And then the T is the time. So I equals PRT. Now, if we want to know what our total repayment cost is, or the total amount that would be in our investment account, the total is the sum of the interest and the principal. We saw that earlier here. So let's look at an example. You have these in your notes also. A bank is offering 2.5% simple interest on a savings account. If you deposit $5,000, how much interest will you earn in 1 year? So we just need to put the right numbers in the right boxes. So this $5,000, that's our original investment. So that's going to be our principal. 2.5%, anytime you see the percent symbol, that's automatically your rate. So that's going to go in the R box. And then it says in 1 year, so we'll put 1 here. So your equation is going to be I equals principal times rate times time. And when you multiply, you're going to get $125. So the bank is going to give you $125 for leaving that money in there for a year. Our next example goes a little bit further. To buy a car, Jessica borrowed $15,000 for 3 years at an annual simple interest rate of 9%. So let's place those numbers. 15,000, that's our original loan or investment amount, so that's going to be principal. Then we're going to have 9%. Remember, your rate is expressed as a decimal, and this is for 3 years. So when we multiply all of those together, we get $4,000 and $4,050. But the question isn't asking how much interest is she going to pay. The question is asking what is the total amount she's going to pay. So we need to do something with our interest and our principal. We need to add them together. So your total is the sum of the interest plus the principal. When we add them together, you should get $19,000 or $19,050. That's the total that she'll repay. Let's look at another example. Nancy invested $6,000 in a bond at a yearly rate of 3%. She earned $450 in interest. So this is a savings account type of thing where the bank or the managing corporation is giving you money for leaving your money in there for a while. So she earned $450. She originally invested $6,000 and your rate is 3%. See if you can figure out which boxes those are going to go in. If you placed your boxes correctly, you should have had 450 equals 6,000 times 0.03 times t. Now, in order for us to solve this, we need to do some combining of like terms. So on the right side, you can see how we can multiply 6,000 times 0.03 to simplify this problem a little bit. When we simplify, you get 450 equals 180t. Now we've just got a one-step equation. Divide by the thing attached to your variable and solve. You should have gotten 2.5. Notice also that the variable that I'm choosing to use matches the variable that's missing in the equation. It helps you whenever you're trying to figure out what unit your answer is going to be in. Let's do one more. Mr. Johnson borrowed $8,000 for 4 years to make home improvements. Okay, so let's think about that. We've got $8,000. We've got, that's our principal. So our principal is this orange box that goes there. Okay, then we've got 4 years. Well, that's going to be time, so that's going to be in our green box. So we'll put that there. He repaid a total of $10,320. So the total amount that he repaid is $10,320, but he only borrowed $8,000. So that extra money is our interest. So let's see if we can subtract to find our interest. Take your total, subtract your principal, and that's going to give you your interest amount. Your interest when you subtract it should have been $2,320. So now we have an interest equation that we can use. I equals principal times rate. Rate is missing, so we're going to put R there. And then the time is for 4 years. So on the right side of your equation, we're going to solve. We're going to combine like terms and do 8,000 times 4. So your new equation will be 2,320 equals 32,000 R. Remember, your rate is going to be a decimal. It's going to be something very small. So if you get something larger than 1, you need to check and make sure you put the right number on top when you divide it. Remember, you always divide by what is attached to your variable. Whatever is attached to your variable becomes your denominator.